Good afternoon everybody. Today I am going to take the next topic of RTOS and IDE development in embedded design systems. That is, in the last class I explained about the real time operating system. Today I am going to explain the role of process and threads in the real time operating system and embedded design system. So what is this definition of a process? What is a process? A process is a sequential program in execution. What is a process? A process is a sequential program in execution. A program during execution is called as a process. Terms like job and task are used to denote a process. A job or particular task used to represent a process. A process is a dynamic entity because it is a program during execution, therefore it is called as a dynamic entity that executes a program on a particular set of data. Multiple processes may be associated with one program. There may be more number of processes associated with one program. Task is a single instance of an executable program. A task, it is a single instance of an executable program. In a multi-programming environment, usually more programs has to be executed than could be possibly be run at one time. In CPU scheduling, it switches from one process to another process. CPU resource management is commonly known as scheduling. CPU resource management is known as scheduling. The objective of the multiprogramming is to increase the CPU utilization. The main objective is to increase the CPU utilization. CPU scheduling is one kind of fundamental operating system functions. CPU scheduling is one kind of fundamental operating system functions. Each process has an execution state which indicates that process is currently doing. The process descriptor is the basic data structure used to represent the specific state for each process. A state diagram is composed of set of states and transitions between states. A state diagram is composed of a set of states and transition between the states. Is represented as a state diagram. The process may be in any one of the state. What are the states of a process? New state, ready state, running state, waiting state and terminate state. The process is any one of the state. What are the states of a process? New state, ready state, running state, waiting state and terminate state. This is about the some information of a process and definition of a process. A process is a sequential program in execution, or a program during execution is called as a process. Process control block. What is this process control block? Operating system keeps an internal data structure to describe each process it manages. When OS creates process, it creates the process descriptor also. Once if OS creating a new process, along with the process it creates a process descriptor and the description of a process. In some operating system it calls as the description is or descriptor is called as process control block. What is this process control block? This process control block will change according to the operating system. PCB is also called as this process control block. You can see in the diagram, it is also called as task control block. What is this process control block consists of? Process control block consists of process identification, priority number, program counter, memory allocation, input output status information, list of open files, accounting information, number of registers, process states. What are this process control block consists of? The process control block consists of process identification, priority number, program counter, memory allocation, I/O status information, list of open files, accounting information, number of registers, process state. PCB is identified by an integer process ID. This is called as process ID. In term it is called as PID. PID means process identification number. Each process having its own process identification number. When a process is running, its hardware state is inside the CPU. When OS stops running a process, it saves the register values in the PCB. When OS stops running a process, it saves the register values in the process control block called as PCB. Second point is, when a process is created by operating system, it allocates a PCB for it. When a process is created by operating system, it allocates a PCB for it. OS initializes PCB and puts PCB on the correct queue. So, few of the following information is stored in the process control block. That is, what are the information? You can see in the picture of the process control block are also called as task control block. One is called as process identification. Each process is uniquely identified by others' identification and a pointer connected to its descriptor. Each process is uniquely identified by user's identification. It is called as process identification number or also called as descriptor. Next one is priority number. What is this priority number? Operating system allocates the priority number to each process. It allocates the priority number to each process. According to priority number, it allocates the resources. According to priority number, it allocates the resources. Program counter. The program counter indicates the address of the next instruction to be executed for this process. This is also one of the process control block parameter, that is program counter. What is the program counter? The program counter indicates the address of the next instruction to be executed for the current process. What is the next one? Next one in the process control block after the program counter is memory allocation. What is this memory allocation? It contains the value of the base registers, limit registers and the page tables depending on memory system used by operating system. It contains the value of base registers, limit registers and page tables depending on memory system used by the operating system. What is input output status information? It maintains information about the open files, list of I/O devices allocated to the process. It maintains information about open files, list of I/O devices allocated to the process. What are the list of open files? After I/O status information, list of open files. Process uses number of files for operation. Operating system keeps tracks of all opened file by the process. Process state. Process may be in any one of the state. As I explained during the definition of a process, the states of a process are new state, ready state, running state and waiting state and finally terminate state of a process. So, process state can be either a new state, ready state, running state, waiting state and terminate state. These are the 7 points you have to remember in the process control block. What are the 7 points? Process identification, priority number, program counter, memory allocation, I/O status information, list of open files, accounting information, number of registers. When this changes the state, the operating system must update information in the process control block. If any one of the state is changed from new state to ready state to running, it has to be updated in the process control block. Process control block maintains other information which is not included in PCB block diagram. This information means it includes CPU scheduling, file management, device management, memory management, input output management information. When process is created, hardware registers and flag values are set by loader or linker. That means when process is created, it has to be linked, created, converted into object and loader or linker, which values are set by the loader and linker. These are the certain points you have to remember in RTOS and embedded design, the role of process in RTOS and embedded design. Next point you have to remember is thread. Thread. What is this thread? Thread is a dispatchable unit of work. That means it consists of thread ID, program counter, stack and register set. Thread is also called as lightweight process. What is a thread? Thread is a lightweight process because they take fewer resources than a process. That's for a thread is easy to create and easy to destroy. Therefore, thread is also called as lightweight process. Process is a heavyweight process, whereas a thread is a lightweight process. It shares many attributes of process. Threads are scheduled on a processor. Each thread can execute a set of instructions independent of other threads and processes. Every program has at least one thread. Each program is called one thread. Programs without multi-threading execute sequentially. If it is not multi-threading, it executes sequentially one by one. That is, after executing one instruction, next instruction in sequence is executed. It is one of the principle of threads. Thread is a basic processing unit to which an operating system allocates processor time and that means it shares attributes of a process. Every program has at least one thread, and thread is a basic processing unit which an operating system allocates a processor time and more than one thread can executing code inside a process. These are the basic concepts of thread. You can see in the diagram. When user double click on icon by using mouse, the operating system creates a process and that process is one thread that runs on icons of code. Whatever code you are clicking, like particular, that task has to be performed. Each thread belongs to exactly one process. One thread belongs to one process and no thread can exist outside a process. Each thread represents a separate flow control. These are the points you have to remember on thread. That means normally when operating system will have separate thread for each different activity, the OS will have a separate thread for each process, and that thread will perform OS activities on behalf of the process. That means in this condition, each user process is backed by a kernel thread. When process issues a system call to read a file, the process thread will take over, find out disk access to generate and issue the low level instructions required to start the transfer. It then suspends until the disk finishes reading the data. When a process starts up a remote TCP connection, its thread handles low level details of sending out network packets. Remote procedure call RPC serves RPC means what? Remote procedure call. Server receives the messages using a separate thread. In the remote procedure call, it receives using a separate thread. There are different operating system uses thread in different ways. That means free memory is managed by kernel thread in Linux operating system. Only in Unix and Linux you can see the kernel layer. So, free memory is managed by kernel thread in the Linux operating system if you are using Linux. Solaris uses a kernel thread for interrupt handling. So, it uses kernel thread for interrupt handling. So, why do we go for thread and what are the advantages of thread? That means context switching time is minimized. It changes the state from one state to another state. Context switching time is minimized by using a thread. Thread supports for efficient communication. Done process. Resource sharing is possible using threads. A thread provides concurrency within a process, and another main advantage, it is more economical to create and context switching threads. These are the certain advantages of using for threads. Thread preemption. What is mean by thread preemption? That means the running thread will be preempted when a higher priority thread is placed on the ready queue. All the threads which has to be executed is formed in the form of a queue. Whatever the thread which is running will be earlier it has to be preempted when a priority thread is placed on the ready queue. The preempted thread is moved to the start of the ready queue for that priority and the higher priority thread runs. And thread preemption is performed for sharing the CPU time among all threads. The execution switching among threads are known as thread context switching. Thread context switching is dependent on the operating system scheduler and type of the thread. Scheduler, you are going to study context switching of the thread. User level thread means it uses user space for thread scheduling. These threads are transparent to the operating system. User level threads are created by runtime libraries that cannot execute privileged instructions. Some more points are: user level threads do not invoke the kernel for scheduling decision. These are the points of thread preemption. In kernel level thread management is done by kernel only. Operating system support the kernel level thread. Since kernel managing threads, kernel can schedule another thread if a given thread blocks rather than blocking the entire processes. Kernel level threads support one-to-one thread mapping. This mapping requires each user thread with kernel thread. Operating system performs mapping. That is, kernel level thread supports one-to-one thread mapping. This mapping means it requires each user thread with the kernel thread. This is required to perform the mapping. Threads are constructed and controlled by system calls. Threads are constructed and controlled by system calls. The system known as the state of each thread. One-to-one model, one user level thread maps with one kernel level thread. If there are 3 user threads, then system creates 3 separate kernel thread. This model provides more concurrency because of separate thread. Many-to-one mapping means many user thread maps with one and only one kernel thread. This is called as many-to-one. Operating system blocks the entire multi-threaded process when a single thread blocks, because the entire multi-threaded process is a single thread of control. So, when operating system receives a blocking IO request, it blocks the entire process. That is the possibility. Thread library handle thread management in user space. The many-to-one model does not allow individual processes to be split across multiple CPUs. In the many to many mapping, many user level threads maps with equal number of kernel threads. These are the points. Many to many mapping is also called as M to N mapping, M hyphen N, M to N mapping. Thread pooling is used to implement this method. Which method is there using? M to N mapping, thread pooling. Let me explain briefly the main difference between the thread and a process. I will explain difference between thread and process and then I will wind up the session. What is the difference between thread and process? What are the differences between thread and process? You could see the differences, that is first I am telling thread and right side I am telling the process. Thread is also called as lightweight process and process is also called as heavyweight process. Thread is a lightweight process and process is a heavyweight process. Second one is operating system is not required for thread switching. Second point for thread, operating system is not required for thread switching. Operating system interface is required for process switching. Third point is one thread can read, write or even completely clean other thread stack. One thread can read, write or even completely clean. Whereas process, each process operates independently of the other process. All threads can share same set of open file and child process. Here all threads can share same set of opening file and closing file, creating a new file. It is called as child process, creating a new process. But in case of process, in multiple processing, each process executes the same coder but has its own memory and it has its own file resources. Whereas in case of thread, all threads can create and share same set of open file and child process. Next point is if one thread is blocked and waiting, then section thread in the same task can run. That means if one thread is blocked and waiting, then section thread in the same task can run. If one server process is blocked and then another server process cannot execute until the first process is unblocked. It uses a less resources thread, whereas process uses a more resources. These are the points you have to remember when they ask what are the differences between a thread and process. The main differences is thread uses a less number of resources, on the other side process uses more resources. And second point is all threads can share same set of open file and child process, whereas multiple it will not share the same set of open file and closing file and child process and creating a new file. One thread can read, write or even completely clean another thread stack. It helps to clean, read and write using only single thread, whereas each process operates independently, not possible in the process. Thread is also called lightweight process, process is called as heavyweight process. These are the main differences between the thread and a process. So, in the today's session, what all I explained about a process, definition of a process, the main points what all you have to remember for process and process control block, it is also called as PCB. What is another name of PCB? Task control block. And next, definition of a thread, heavyweight process, thread diagram and role of OS in the thread and process control block, and what is remote procedure call with respect to thread, and what are the advantages of using a thread. what is the meaning of thread preemption? And then last point is difference between thread